YouTube, I'm back. A video. This is gonna be in the chicken butt. That chicken butt. So, I'm just gonna. A little story about why I chose the name chicken butt. And I'm probably gonna say because the way I am, the way I act, it was out of silliness, and I knew people were gonna laugh at that name. Now I'm gonna tell you guys you weren't wrong. So, I knew someone was gonna ask that question someday. I just never win. Probably when I'm more popular, which is probably never gonna happen. But I knew people were gonna ask, why did you have the name like that? It relates to my past, and there's a lot of things in my past I'd rather not talk about, or I do want to talk about, but I don't know when to talk about. So I thought, hey, how about I make a video talking about it now, because I knew if I talk about it at that moment, depending how, I don't know what mood I am. So I thought it'd be best if I was in tip-top emotion. So, as a kid, I think it was first grade, so I was probably 6 or 5 or 7. I don't know. You guys tell me if what age were a regular age for a child. So to let you guys know, I was born in 2000. So you guys tell me what a regular age someone who was in 2000 be in first grade. So I'm not sure what happened. I know I recently learned that someone in my street beat up. And I guess the person who got beat up they didn't want to tell anyone because they blamed it on me. And back then, and I guess sometimes now, I was never much of a fighter. I don't know, I guess I was aware that I was weak, and the part of me was like, if I was ever getting into a fight and I knew I could win, I would probably lose, because all my life, I never intentionally want to hurt people. I mean, yeah, I make jokes, and sometimes jokes can come out rude, jerk-like, or complete a-hole, but I knew that about my jokes. But I would never intentionally hurt someone out of frustrations or anger. So I had to deal with some of the neighbor kids who are like Tongans, and then somehow I got into school, and I don't know why, but instead of fearing me, like, because I beat up their cousin, or so someone claimed, that people started picking on me. I guess they thought, oh, there's more numbers, so I'm pretty sure he would never win to a fight. And yeah, they're right. There are more numbers, and they just picked on me. I guess it wasn't. I guess as a kid, it seemed bad, because like it felt like everyone in school was against me, and I could never tell the teachers, because I guess back then I was never a telltale, or I would never tell people how I felt. Even now, I still don't tell people how I feel. So then people picked on me, yeah, and I don't know why, but I would always get in trouble. Too, it was like my teachers said. Most of the time I got in trouble, and it was like, oh, he talks too much, or... And the funny thing is, I wasn't much of a talker, but yeah. But if you do get me to talk, I usually like keep on talking and never stop. So then people keep making names. Some of them weren't so bad. I was named something about Burger Mouth, because I had a hard time breathing through my nose. I still do, because of like snot or burger. So I always like do this, to blow it out of my nose, and I always try to like put it on my hand or my arms, and everyone always assumed that I put it in my butt and I eat it, and I didn't because that sounded really gross. So yeah, you know, I mean, being bullied wasn't the way I see it now. It sucked. It was depressing in a lot of ways. But we were kids, because no one said anything rude. I mean, and I don't know. I was lonely. And I remember I got so much trouble that I had to have a timeout during recess. Um, Back then, and well, sometimes now, it depends if you catch me in that mood. I cry a lot. Like, you can yell at me, and I would cry. You can basically hit me as hard as you can. I will most likely cry, or try not to. I usually close my eyes so people don't see me cry. Usually why I keep hoodie around. Uh, so yeah, but that day I was just crying nonstop, and someone. So yeah, I guess it's a life story, so it might take long. I was just gonna make this right. I met someone, a friend. I'm not gonna mention the name because, well, it's bad to mention personal things. All I'm gonna say was probably the one person who ever wanted to talk to me, and I felt good talking to someone and becoming friends with them. It was okay. Actually was really happy because it was like the only person who would want to talk to me and treat me as a friend. I believe this was in first or second grade where it was time to go home, and two kids, um, two classmates, I believe, getting on me while we were about to leave, and this is where there was totally cameras, and the teacher was watching us, and then they started punching me. Now they wouldn't punch me in the face or anywhere where they would get in trouble. They kind of just punched me in the stomach. Now, at that time, when they punched me, it didn't feel that bad. I guess it was because we were young and the way they were standing, the way they were like kind of buddy buddy with me, and they punched me, it didn't feel that strong. And I guess I never told my teachers or principals or my parents. And then I remember this one time I did. My parents told me to do nothing, just smile, laugh, and just tell them thanks. Which to me, I guess, it kind of made me sad to think that it seems that my own parents didn't believe me or cared. But I did. And, well, even though it sucked doing that, it did get better. But before it got better, uh, I don't know when, but then people just started calling me Jake Butt, and that just sucked. It made me sad. Because I always assume everyone thinks I'm a coward. Because usually what's cowards are chickens and a butt. And I guess I don't know who started doing the Earth Touch, which is basically, you guys watch Harry the Whippy Kids, the cheese touch, they touch cheese and they'll have that for the rest of their life. Well, basically, imagine that, but instead of being a non-living object, it was me. And you can say it sucked. It felt like you were a hide to seek, but everyone just avoids you. And yeah, and I never God, now I'm not even feeling like making this video. So yeah, So I remember this time we were doing something with balloons. Someone did something bad. I got framed, so I was sent to the office. During the time I went to the office, they told my parents. They called my parents, told me the things that I have done. They said I talked about female parts, and this is back. This is in elementary, back in my probably my purest form. I probably would never thought or say anything. I mean, heck, not even now. I've never been the type of person to talk about women's parts because it's to me. I felt like if I did, then I am the worst person you can ever talk to. Now I know these people think, oh, that's sounds like everyone just messing around. Yeah, it was okay, I guess. I think the few moments in the time I was being bullied, I think the worst part was when my father called me a good for nothing. And when that happened, I died. Something, part of me broke or died. And I guess I stopped believing in good. That there was good things in people. That I would never found love. And even though it felt that was true, I kept going. I guess my friends kept me alive, you know. I made more friends during that. And then more friends, yeah. Having more friends actually made me feel happy. And then eventually fell in love with one of my friends. And it made me happy. And I guess the other worst part of being bullied was when I go home. The younger Tongans kids were, having a good time till I show up. Two of the kids ran up to me and told me, "Hey, I can get my dad, get a gun and kill me." In that moment, it shattered. I realized that I didn't matter. So then I guess that's the other part of me that died, that shattered. The thing is, I kept going. I kept living. I denied, and I remembered during first grade, I grabbed a knife, put it on my chest, and threatened to kill myself. And my parents, they were like, "Okay, do it. I don't care." And I couldn't do it. I guess in their weird way, didn't care that I wanted to kill myself. Of course, I did it a few times. I did it without a knife, without a gun. My parents told me I can just get the gun from my dad's office and give it to me. And I guess you can say the whole part of me that stopped listening to my parents, I think that was part of it. That part of me that slowly died. So then my whole life, I made my friends, and I made many more friends out there during junior high and high school, which I'm still in high school last year. I started accepting myself, and I accepted that I was worthless, that there's nothing I can do to make my parents love me anymore. But during that, I also accepted that if I keep working hard on my grades, being a better polite gentleman or person, one day all these pains will disappear. So yeah, I accepted everything. I accepted the blame that everyone gave me, the things that I haven't done. And I guess I realized that I still got in trouble during high school, junior high. I mean, 3 years. And I think it was during the second year, my father said that he was gonna spank me so hard to the point I bleed if I get get another attention or I get in trouble. I I guess I was afraid, so then I stopped causing trouble or talking. So then I I guess you can say I grew up. I stopped causing trouble, and I don't know. I realized that the only time I ever got in trouble was when I was a bad attitude or I talked too much. So then I thought, if I stay happy, I won't get in trouble. I won't get mad, end up throwing a tantrum, or just cry. So that my last year during junior high, I I don't know. I guess my emotions started. I think, like I stopped caring, but I didn't care. I cared about my grades. I cared about my friends, my teachers, principal, not my parents though, but my sisters, yeah, my whole brother. So yeah, and high school started, and I don't know. I was just sad or excited, and then when I found out that two of my friends that I haven't talked to for a long time were going to the same high school, it made me happy. It made me remembering the past, the times we had a good time. So yeah, and yeah, I haven't. The one that I had a crush on, I remembered. Said hello, and asked if she remembered me, and it seemed not. I guess I haven't. I guess it changed because I knew she'd been short, still chubby, but more fat. I don't care. But the fate is, I changed. I used to be this crybaby, sad person to a me who just makes jokes, just to deceive the lighten the mood. But I guess I tried to get close to her because I felt like the last time we were together, three of my friends were having an argument, and I guess I won't tell you guys because personal life. And I simply stepped aside. I just let them fight. I wished I'd done something, but I knew if I took side, I feel like a terrible friend. And to the point where I guess you can say she told me how she felt. Told me that I tried to be positive, and I guess I kind of followed her Tumblr. Well, I did. And I told her, be happy, don't worry about life, I know the feeling of self-doubt. And one day, told me, can you stop, messaging me, and I was just like, yeah, sure. She told me that I was being a creep, and I positively was, I guess, I don't know. And which to me, I was like, oh, because I was always awkward towards people. I never knew how to act. So when I realized I was being a creep, I was like, oh, I guess I should give her space and unfollow. Well, I mean, she said she's chill if I spoon her or follow her. I was just like, oh, yeah. Kind of broke me, but I was kind of happy. I was happy she was honest to me. Because my parents always say they love me, but if they loved me, they wouldn't say the things to hurt me. But she was honest. She said something about how she thought I was cool back then, and that made me confused because back then I was a crybaby. I let people push me around. I let people hurt me. And then I decided I don't want to be called the demon. That's too negative. Of course, I have another child. I won't link the whole child. And then I decide about cheating, but you know, how about I accept that part of me? And I did. I accepted the part of me that was weak, vulnerable, or easy to get to hurt me. But so far, life's been great. You know, no one in front of me. Of course, my parents are still jerks. They still say that I'm worthless, that nothing else it would ever matter. But you know, that's how life is, you know. And I remember a few days ago, I said I became a better man or a person because I was broken. Thanks to my parents and the people who bullied me, I was broken. But I came out a better person than I was. And it made me happy. Even though I don't talk to some of my closest friends, who are like the friends I had from elementary, I still have one of my closest friends from elementary. I think my other friend I have not mentioned, who's really smart. I haven't talked to the one that saved me, talked to me during my time out during school, during recess. But yeah, I made so many good friends. Heck, I even started dating a few months ago during high school, which I not recently, but like a few months ago, so bit because I don't know. We never hanged out much. We never gone on a date, and I know her enough to know if she truly loves me for me, or if she just wants to have the what adults do at night, what parents do to make kids. So I said that I be in this relationship, and thanks because we have a talk. And I stopped talking to her, and I don't think we're gonna be friends, but I still want to be friends with her because I believe with all the hard things I done, the hard work, and even though I done a lot of things that could have put me in prison, the things I'm not very proud of, I didn't let that get to me. I remembered there was just mistakes. I need to get over it. And yeah. And of course, I'm here, you know, making YouTube videos of me being crazy or just video games. And me trying to become something that I am. Not like my parents make me choose the life that I'm not. Well, I guess this is a whole history of my life that I can remember. Who knows, I might even actually tell you guys my ghost story, my 2 ghost encounters. And yes, 2. That's fun. Or evasion. I think the first one's evasion and the other one's a ghost story. But, yes. Ending the video here. If you guys like. If you like this video, give it a like. If you want me to tell you more story about me, probably more positive, or something. You know, like, share this video to your friends, family. Subscribe whatever. You don't have to support me. I don't really care about the views. I only care about happiness of others. I'd rather have my pain to make other people happy. So I guess you can say I sacrifice my happiness for others. I hope that sometimes I feel like this year I don't want to sacrifice my happiness for others. I want to do it, but like not the way where I let other people decide my life. Like, oh, let's let everyone decide where they want to eat. Like, I get to say. I get to say what I want to do with my life. That part of me. And, yeah, well, bye.